It's now 6:30. I'd like to call to order the Regional Planning Commission public hearing meeting for Thursday, March the 5th, 2020. And I'd certainly like to welcome Mrs. Karcher back, and I'm going to get her to lead us in the pledges, please. Thank you all very much. And before we really get started and get a roll call, we have a new member to our commission tonight. I'd like to welcome on board Mr. Delbert Mills. I think you know how to run the show here, and you've got a lot of experience, and we really look forward to you being here with us.
I think it's a real privilege to be selected for this. I am a little bit used to these microphones up here, so.
It's a privilege till you get beat up, and that'll eventually happen, so I got news for you. Now I'd like to have a roll call and determination of quorum.
Mr. Peterman?
Here.
Mr. Servon?
Here.
Mrs. Karcher?
Here.
Mr. Mills?
Here.
Mr. Spinarelli? Here. Mr. Davis?
Here.
Mr. Jester?
Here.
So you have 7 members present. You do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. As we get started, customarily I ask if you have a cell phone or electronic device, please put it on vibrate or turn it off. You now have an approval for the agenda in front of you. As you see, we only have one on the public hearing tonight, so I'll entertain a motion to approve it.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Please call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes.
Mr. Servon?
Yes.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes.
Mr. Mills?
Here. Yes.
Mr. Spinarelli?
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes.
So you have 7 yeas in favor of approving tonight's agenda.
Thank you very much once again. And I'll come back to you now, Sarah, for the introduction and public hearing instructions.
Thank you. This public hearing is being conducted for the purpose of giving the citizens of the county the opportunity to present testimony on the application before the commission. Everyone will have a chance to speak. All statements are to be made from the podium at the front of the room. All testimony given shall be sworn or affirmed. For the record, please give your name and address. Copies of any written statements or exhibits used during the hearing should be presented for identification and inclusion in the record. The record will remain open for 2 business days following tonight's hearing. For the application before the commission, the chair will introduce the application. Then the applicant or representative will be given 15 minutes to present the application. Then those in favor of the application will be allotted 5 minutes each to speak. Then those opposed to the application will be allotted 5 minutes each to speak. When everyone has had an opportunity to give testimony, the hearing on the application will be closed. No decision will be made by the commission tonight. The commission will hold a business meeting next Thursday, March 12th at 6:30 p.m., at which time it will make a decision on the application heard tonight. All information of record will be considered, and a common vote of 4 members of the commission is required to make a decision. Anyone may attend the business meeting, but no new public testimony will be received. The public notice of this hearing was published on February 14th, 2020 in the Delaware State News, and the Levy Court will hear this application on Tuesday, March 24th, 2020 at 7 p.m. Unless tabled by the commission or withdrawn prior to the Levy Court hearing, the Levy Court also meets in this room. Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. We'll now get into the public hearing. Our first and only application for tonight. It's application C-20-03. Applicant Joseph Haas, 2614 South DuPont Boulevard, Smyrna, Delaware, 19977. Owners, Libero Brentford, LLC, 903 French Street, Wilmington, Delaware, 19801. Present zoning district, BG, general business. Relationship to the growth zone, inside. Present use is vacant. Proposed use is shed sales. Levy Court District is the first with Mr. Banta. School District is Smyrna. Fire District is Smyrna. Area and location, 1.2 acres plus or minus on the west side of South DuPont Highway, U.S. Route 13, approximately 472 feet south of Brentford Road, County Road 42, south of Smyrna. Is there someone here to represent this application? Please come forward, give your name and address, and you will be either sworn or affirmed by our attorney.
My name is Lori Haas.
My name is Lori Haas. My address is 949 South DuPont Boulevard, Smyrna, Delaware. That's my physical address. I'm in favor of the petition. And
Ms.
Oh,
Haas.
ma'am, hold on, you got to be sworn in or affirmed
I'm
by our
sorry.
attorney.
Right
Sorry.
hand. Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Now you can get ahead with your presentation.
So it is Joseph Haas and myself, he's my husband, and we would like to do the shed sales on the property that is in question. We do have the recommendations from the plan, from the Department of Planning, and we are in agreement with doing those recommendations. And that's really it.
Okay, Commissioner Karcher?
I'm just being nosy.
Oh, that's okay.
So, yes, it is in my area. They're just sheds, there's no office?
So the adjacent property is Country Grain Materials, which is also operated by us. So that's where the clients actually come in and do the sales, but the display of the sheds, right.
Does any other commissioners have any questions?
Is that where the trees are removed, or that's where your office is?
The office is actually on 2614 South DuPont Boulevard, which is the adjacent property to the one we're talking. Yes.
Any other commissioners have any questions? Yes, sir. Peter?
Are you planning to put crushed stone or something in there?
According to their recommendations, they did recommend the 4 parking spots along with a handicap parking spots with ADA, I guess, specifications. So we are doing that. As far as the crush and run, they didn't say anything about that to us because, again, this is more of like a display, and they'll come into our office and we get on the computer and design the shed, and then it's built elsewhere and then shipped to their home.
So nothing's planned like that?
No.
Yeah, you will have to have it for the parking areas and all like that.
And that's
And have to
fine.
mark out the handicap spot as
Right,
recommended.
right. And
Any other commissioners have any questions? Any other commissioners? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great presentation. Is there anyone else here in favor of this application? Anyone else here in favor of this application would like to speak? If not, is there anyone opposed? Anyone opposed to this application? Is there anyone opposed to this application? Third and final time, is there anyone opposed to this application? If not, public hearing on the Joseph Haas C20-03 is closed. We now go down to public comment. Is there any public here that would like to speak? No public would like to speak. Commissioner comment. Yeah, I'd like to start out, and I'd say I certainly glad Mrs. Karcher is back. And I know she's been through a lot, and we've been thinking of her the whole time. But she's part of the family here, and we certainly did miss her while she was gone. And Mr. Mills, certainly do welcome you here too, and all the expertise that you bring, and from the Board of Adjustment. We understand that. Mr. Davis, you want to say something?
I just have a question, staff. I see it's on new business, Ridge Valley. Is that continued to next week, or has that been taken off?
No, it's just a business meeting item. It doesn't require a public hearing.
I just pointed out, I was looking at the wrong page. It is on next week. My mistake, sorry.
Any other commissioner comments? Any other business before the commission tonight? If not, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second. Call the roll.
Mr. Peterman? Mr. Servon?
Yes.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes.
Mr. Mills?
Here.
Mr. Spanarelli?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Davis?
Yes.
Mr. Jester?
Yes. We thank you all for coming, and we'll see you next week.